She gripped the pliers tightly, aimed them at the man's genitalia. The man, terrified, shed tears and begged desperately for mercy, pleading for her to spare him. But women must never show mercy to the villains who wrong them. With a firm grip on the pliers, the woman avenged her deep-seated hatred as the man screamed in agony, then left Las Vegas behind. Nick, man's companion, was unaware of what he was about to face. He was drinking at the bar when suddenly two men surrounded him. Reacting swiftly, he grabbed a bottle and fought back, taking down both men in just a few minutes before turning to walk out. The assassin attacked from behind, but Nick swiftly took him down. However, Nick still took a heavy punch, and he was utterly furious. With his swift and efficient movements, he knocked the man to the ground. He grabbed a tray and smashed it down hard onto the man. Then, hiding behind a pillar, he took down the others. At that moment, more assassins surrounded them, but all were taken down by Nick. The fight only temporarily ceased when the police arrived with guns drawn. The boss of Las Vegas called Nick over. Sitting in the shadows, he appeared inscrutable, but became much more amiable upon seeing Nick. He summoned Nick this time because a murder had occurred. Among the three thugs who were tied up a few days ago, two bodyguards were inexplicably killed. Danny shifted all the blame onto Nick, who, out of respect for the boss, listened attentively. But upon hearing Danny's fabricated story, he was left speechless and immediately questioned why he had to use a gun. Danny laughed and said that no killer would go without a gun. But the boss countered, Nick never uses a gun. With just one question, he cleared Danny's suspicion. Yet that wasn't enough. His next question was to have Danny take off his pants. Danny immediately panicked, as he had recently been retaliated against by a woman, and this turned out to be the best evidence. Now, even the boss found his reaction amusing and laughed endlessly with Nick. After this incident, Nick still decided to leave, but the $500,000 he had nearly secured was now completely lost. Just then, Cyrus found him again. To thank him for his care over these past days, Cyrus booked a flight ticket for Nick and also wrote a check for $500,000. It turned out this young man was indeed a billionaire. Seeing everything going smoothly, Nick still looked troubled, saying he felt he might be killed at any moment. Cyrus, however, was surprised by this and asked when. Before the words could even finish, the assassins surrounded them. Just as the situation was on the verge of erupting into violence, Cyrus suddenly began to sing. Even Nick was startled. By the time he snapped back to his senses, Nick had already escaped, hiding on the rooftop with a dinner knife and spoon in hand. Seizing the moment, he leaped down with sudden force. Despite the enemy having guns, they were too slow to react. Without hesitation, Nick struck swiftly, using just the set of utensils to take down the assassins. Danny suddenly mustered the courage and threw a punch. Nick plunged the knife into the fist, then into the crotch, and finally into the jaw, swiftly finishing him off.